What's happening, guys? So, what is happening to Survivor? What is happening to the content that people want to talk about Survivor? Other Survivor players. Now, when you have a season so bad like season 41 and no one says anything, why is that? Is it because they want to play the game so bad they'll lie, or not even lie, they just won't even say anything because they don't want us, or do they really think it's a good season? Right? You have people like Rob. Now, I like Rob's podcast, but you have him doing things like this season. They had a conversation with Omar about Drea, about what Drea did, about her doing some shady things at Ponderosa. And then he took that down. Now, why would you take that down? Let it air. Let it air. People have a right to know. We're fans of the show. We want to know what's going on. I don't understand why they didn't do a Ponderosa to begin with. So I wanted to do this clip about this video on is Survivor really dying, and is it due to its own community? Now you have Jeff, that somehow they went in their meeting for season 41 and came up with a great idea of changing "Come on in, guys" to "Come on in," which makes no sense to any. It can't make sense to anybody. It doesn't really matter what side. You could sit there and you could say, well, yeah, he's gonna say, well, does it even matter? I mean, come on, Russell, does it even matter? Come on in, guys, come on in. What matters? Yeah, you could say that. You can have that argument. You can also have the argument, oh, it does matter. Because will Survivor be sitting on the right side of the woke community that we're seeing? I think we're starting to see fade away a little bit, because that is a true statement. When you go woke, you go broke. Survivor hit 3 point some odd million season 41. I never thought that was even possible. I thought for sure before that would happen, it would be over. But they thought they could repair it after 41. They moved ahead, had a pretty good season in 42. And then it was, to me, it was a top 20 season. I keep saying that. But you can see the editing difference. You've seen what they did. They started trying to not be as woke, and I think we're going to start seeing that fade fast, because you cannot keep doing things that people just don't care about. It just doesn't work like that. You have a certain community that watches Survivor, and then it's almost like they just slap you in the face and slap you in the face, and they do things with the show that makes no sense, that has nothing to do with Survivor. So when we're watching it, we're ready for some strategic play, and that's another thing. It just went so crazy in season 41. It was where you couldn't even hardly understand what was going on, and it made it difficult to watch. So not only that, then you had all this wokeism happen. Jeff changing "Come on in, guys." That is a big deal to me. It's a big deal because it made no sense why they even did it. It made no sense to me. I did a video on everybody on that cast saying "guys" over and over and over. If something is so offensive to you, then why do you keep saying it? Jeff constantly says it still. It's only to appease the woke agenda. That's all it is. It's only to be like, oh, we did it, we can do that too. But now I know they made a huge mistake. So now it's starting to get reversed. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens in season 43 and 44. See if they scratch all this woke nonsense, or if that's the direction that they just want to take Survivor and then just run it to the ground. Because we had 5.1 million views in the live show. They lost 14% of the people tuning in to the live show. And again, you got to do the live show live. They need to get back to 39 days. That's number one. They need to show everyone that we're going back. You can name it back to the beginning or whatever, but just let's get back to how Survivor is supposed to be. Rice and beans? We didn't have rice and beans. All of a sudden, that's supposed to be new and harder. 26 days, no rice and beans. Season 19, season 20, no rice and beans for 39 days. So, it's not harder. And it makes it where people see that and it affects them while they're watching the show. They want us to suffer. I don't know why people like that, but people like that. They like to see people suffer. It's just how it is. And Survivor is the hardest thing in the world to do. Now, 26 days, doesn't matter. You go 2 weeks, you go 14 days out in the woods, starving yourself and doing these crazy challenges. It's going to be hard, even 14 days. But that's not Survivor. 39 days, one Survivor. Let's bring it back. The thing is, they're so hard-headed that even though season 41 was the worst season in the history of the game, even though it was so bad, and then they switched things up in editing and how it all went down to try to make a better season, they won't admit it. They'll never admit how bad 41 was, because it's their fault. It's their fault why it's bad. So let's bring back 39 days. There's too many advantages, man. Too many, and it's crazy. I'm the one saying that because now if I play, I want all the advantages. I want all that. Trust me. But it's not fun to watch for TV, especially when the person getting all the advantages don't even use anything. She gets voted off. So, is Survivor ruined? We'll know a lot this upcoming season. Did Survivor 41, was that the beginning to the end? I hope not. Now, Survivor 41 was in the 3 millions when it ended. So at least this one was 5.1 million. They didn't quite hit 6 million all season long. I was waiting for it to hit 6. I wanted it to hit 6. But then they had that episode, and then it dropped again. And you have all these podcasters. Nobody wants to stand up and say what they really believe. I have so many survivors call me. I'm not going to say any names. I'm going to let them do that if they want to do that. Saying how the show is BS now. Tons I talk to on the phone constantly about the situation, the direction that Survivor's going in. This is a positive step. Season 42 was a better move. It was a better cast. So maybe we keep moving forward, upward. And, maybe some of these podcasters and people that talk about Survivor will hold them accountable, and not just me. Hold them accountable for the things they do. I see even Eliza. Eliza is as far left as you can go. She's a good friend of mine. And she thinks it's a joke when she hears no rice and beans for 26 days. I see some of her tweets. Because she can be real too. So let's hold them accountable. In the Survivor community, let's try to fix it. before it goes away. And then once it goes away, it's done. It's over. Nobody wants that to happen. So as you can see, I'm back where I was before in Bangkok. My son's passport was taken, and some crazy, I don't know how it happened, but somebody called me, didn't even understand them. I had to get somebody else to talk to them, and they were like, they found your passport. And I'm like, who? It was laying on the street somewhere, and somebody picked the passport up. I guess my son's passport wasn't, but I'm in Bangkok going to the embassy. So I'm gonna take care of that tomorrow. That's what I'm doing here. But anyway, I wanted to do a video, guys, on is Survivor finished, or what we can do as a whole to try to fix it, especially the survivors that do podcasts. We can fix it. You know, it's like I said, it's moving in the right direction right now. We did a good season, good solid season. If we start dropping numbers after this, it's dangerous. Season 43 is dangerous because they ain't renewing right. They're watching very close these two seasons, 43 and 44. This is it. If it drops below 5 million and starts getting in the threes again for both seasons, I don't know, guys. I don't know if it'll get picked up again. They'll definitely do a bring back season, definitely, to try to get some kind of boost. But that's all I got, guys. I just want to talk to you. Give me your comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think they need to do to fix the show, or just to make it to where we can forget about season 41 and move forward with the show. But I think a main thing, you don't have to bring come on in. They sure the hell ain't bringing come on in guys back. That ain't happening because they just ain't gonna do it. Too much pride for that. But 39 days, you can do that. You can bring that back. So what? No rice and beans. It's always been like that. Ever since I've known. I mean, I know they give rice and beans. They gave me rice and beans the third time I played. It was the first time I got rice and beans. And I was like, ooh, this is nice. You get rice and beans now? What's this? Anyway, all right, guys. I'm going to try to do some more Survivor content, some videos. I don't know if does anybody want me to talk Big Brother? That's coming up. The challenge, that's happening. Do you want me to talk about those different things, different shows? That'd be on the other channel, Enhanced Reality. So that's all I got for you. Until next time, guys, enjoy your day and keep hope alive.